Welcome everyone to the Wednesday Night Warriors episode number 36. We are your hosts. I am Romeo Anthony Colon, the pride of NY, the pony, and joining me, my co-host, Chris G.
With Mary Jane once again. How are you feeling, brother?
I'm doing wonderful, brother. We are going to talk WWE NXT AEW Dynamite from February 10th, 2021. Before we get into those shows, a friendly reminder, help us out. Thumbs up this video, share this video, leave a comment, let us know what you think. And of course, if you're new here, subscribe. We have surpassed 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations to us, the entire team, the entire True Heel Heat YouTube team, which works hard day and night, staying up late, watching pay-per-views, we watch 4 hours of Wednesday night wrestling for you guys. Not to mention the other stuff we do for the channel. Just this show alone. Thank you for watching. We appreciate your subscription. Let's start with AEW Dynamite, the show that everyone watches live. Everyone watches first. It was Joey Chanella versus Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. Joey Janela, of course, a week after seeing Penelope Ford get married. That must have been weird for him. But things still good in Joey's department with the lovely Skylar Story from NXT. This is just an excuse for me to include some Instagram pictures of her in this video. Shame on me, Romeo. Anyways, back to the match. Darby Allin wins with the coffin drop in 9:41. And as far as my expectations go, this was much better than I expected, especially on Janella's end. I know Darby's going to bring it. This was a decent opener.
I thought this was Joey Janela's best match I've ever seen. this is literally my favorite Joey Janela match.
I think the only other competition was the match against Kenny Omega.
Yeah. But even that was like more of a car crash, hardcore. Yes. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, Darby continues to impress, but shit, Janela really showed me something. Finally, I was never really sold on Joey Janela until this episode. Now I'm like, all right, now I can see why he's here.
Jon Moxley then promotes his February 26th match with Kenta for the IWGP United States Championship. Let's do a prediction for that. Me and you, we're tied in predictions. What do you think's gonna win that? We're talking New Japan Pro Wrestling right here on the Wednesday Night Warriors.
I'm going to go with Kenta. I think he's been holding it down in the absence of Moxley. So I think they're going to give him the actual title now.
I agree. Sami Guevara interrupts the Inner Circle locker room to have a private moment with MJF. I thought the best part here is Sami acknowledging the cameraman can stay. They accuse each other of trying to take over the Inner Circle. And then MJF reveals he's been recording the conversation on his phone. Sami throws his phone, then punches MJF in the gut. But I have a problem here. And maybe, Chris, you can help me figure it out. Explain the logic of Sami getting mad at being recorded on a cell phone when we are all watching it on TV, on live TV, because he said, cameraman, stay. Am I missing something here?
Sami was high and totally forgot the cameraman was there. Perfect explanation. Sometimes I forget the camera's here. Here's what it is.
We tried, folks. We tried. Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson versus Peter Avalon, and I didn't even write the other guy's name down. They put over Brock Anderson, Arn Anderson's son, in the crowd, who indeed looks like Arn and Ole Anderson. And my immediate thoughts of this match was that AEW has seen what NXT has been throwing out there lately. You know, Tyler Rust versus some jabroni, Kurt Stallion. And AEW was like, why are we going so hard when we don't have to? So let's just throw some of our jabronis out there. Cody sells a shoulder injury. I don't know if it's a work or shoot. And then Lee Johnson wins with the roll-up on Avalon. They sell the emotion. It's first W. I'm like, Jesus, act like you won a match before. But apparently he hasn't. He's 0-29. He thanks the Rhodes family. They have a moment.
Well, to start off with the Cody injury, I believe that's a shoot. I think he has a slightly torn rotator cuff, partially torn rotator cuff.
Stay home then, Cody. Stay home. Heal. Be a dad. Be a dad.
He's gonna fight Shaq. Him and Shaq are gonna have that match. There's no way they're gonna cancel that. He's gonna power through. It's slightly torn. It's not completely torn.
All right then. But, steroid up, Cody. Steroid up.
Get the A-Rod special. I think the guy's name was Caesar Jabroni or Caesar Bononi. Bononi, there we go. I thought it was Jabroni, but it's Bononi.
Sounds
he was
Italian.
pretty. Yeah, I think he's Brazilian, or no, he might be Italian. I seen him wrestle like this, so I don't know. He might be Italian. Pretty Peter, yeah, that's his partner. But Lee Johnson looked good.
Yes.
He improved from the first time I've seen him months ago, whether it was Dark or an episode of Dynamite where he was getting squashed. He looked a lot more crisp in the ring. Arn's son in the crowd really does it like a combo of both Andersons, which is weird.
Crazy.
Lee Johnson had a nice like corkscrew over the top rope into the floor. But yeah, I liked it. And they made him feel important. I'm all for building new stars. So, and he showed out. So why not?
Matt Hardy tells Hangman Page some of my favorite words. Open bar. The tab is on Matt Hardy tonight. Hangman agrees, of course. Who turned that down? Hangman turns the corner and runs into the entire Dark Order. It's like running into your ex out on the streets. John Silver's like, maybe I'll catch you on the flip. And then he's like, why did I say that? Fuck. John Silver was hilarious. Later on in the night, Matt and Page, they're at the bar. Matt fake takes some shots. Matt wants to sign Hangman, only 30%, small fee. Page signs it. He's drunk, even though I've seen him much more drunk than that. And Matt tells the cameraman very loudly to record this, so he has proof that Page will probably be angry when he sobers up. I liked it.
This carny ass version of Matt is great, man. He's just fucking trying to get everybody for their money. Open bar is dangerous because the last time I had an open bar, I can't remember the last time that there was an open bar. So you stay away from those words right there. But great segment. Matt Hardy, I like this role for Matt Hardy. It's just entertaining doing this. And it's definitely like 70%. It's not even 30. That's why he's
Pac versus Ryan Nemeth. 2 straight matches with jabronis. Maybe even 3 if you count Joey Janela. This is not normal for AEW Dynamite. What's going on here? Pac wins with the Brutalizer in 409. MJF and Jericho versus The Acclaimed. Max Caster suns MJF on the mic with a reference to his singing days with Rosie O'Donnell. MJF looked pretty angry. MJF is selling a rib injury from the punch from Sami. Jake Hager interference leads to a Judas effect on Caster for the win. Dirty finish, 9 minutes. Sammy G comes out and quits the Inner Circle because he warned if one more thing happened with MJF, he was done. MJF, great with the facial expressions here. He has that hate to see it look on his face. And then Sammy G walks through the babyface tunnel. Ooh.
I mean, I think it was the best move. It furthers, it makes a story. It creates another storyline now. I still think Jake Hager is going to join up with Sammy for some reason. Something tells me that Hager is going to join his side. But for the match itself, it wasn't bad. Max Caster, I figured it out. His bars ain't bad. I fucking hate his delivery. Hate it. I don't know why. Maybe he'll grow on me. He's starting to grow on me a little bit. The bars, I'm giving the bars a compliment, so he's growing on me a little bit. But
did you like John Cena Thugonomics?
Yes, I did. But he was
feel like it's the same exact
grabbing
thing.
his nuts and shit.
I feel like it's the same exact delivery.
Yeah, but he's white. There's no other way to explain it. He's Caucasian. It's just the delivery kind of is expected with that, I guess. I mean, I guess I can imagine Russ Wilson with this kind of delivery because that's basically what fucking Max Caster is. But I don't know.
There's a Sting interview with Tony Schiavone. Team Taz interrupts. They've got Darby Allin in a body bag hooked up to a vehicle. And then they drag his ass through the parking lot. I laughed.
That shit was gangster, yeah. Put him in a body bag and drag him. in a hearse, and they were all like mixtape posing while it posed away. They were like, yeah. Shout out to Darby for just continuously wanting to try to almost kill himself every
After
week.
having a decent match, too.
Yeah, I don't know. He's the man for that.
Alex Marvez rudely interrupts Kenny Omega golfing earlier on in the day, criticizes him for not getting ready for the match tonight. Who the fuck are you? The fucking nerve to question the world champions, how he gets ready for a big match, golfing, enjoying himself, beautiful day, the sun is out, and then he asks for a fucking ride, and rightly gets turned down. Layla Hirsch versus Thunder Rosa, women's title eliminator. Thunder Rosa wins in 9:06. I thought this was a fun match. Layla is legit. I think she should be. I think they should take her more seriously and build her up as a baby face. You know, she's so small. I think a babyface role would be good for her, and taking her a lot more seriously because she could go in the ring.
I mean, that people definitely respond to her as a babyface because you know what you're gonna get with Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa is pretty good. She's established, I think. You know, as far as I've been following her. Layla is just knocking it out the park every time she's out there. It seems like she's putting on better and better performances. I need more of this from the women, honestly. This match was fucking great. Like, I need more women's matches like this, and we're getting them. So,
yes. Jungle Boy gives us a threat to Dax and FTR. And the worst part of this segment was hearing that Marco Stunt is okay. So then why the fuck did FTR abduct him? What a wasted abduction if he's okay. Wasted abduction, wasted opportunity here, if you ask me.
What do you think they were going to do to him?
Beat his ass up a little bit. Send a message.
Fiction him?
Black eye, at least.
No.
Broken arm, something.
He just wanted to scare the little fella. First of all, hitting kids is a felony in all states.
Oh, that's a decent point. He got me there.
But good shit with Jungle Boy. I liked it. I like Jungle Boy calling him. He's going to make him his bitch. I didn't see that. He's about to be Jungle Man after this.
You know, you hardly hear Jungle Boy talk, but I thought his voice was a little goofy.
His voice is fucking goofy, but it's okay. I can still get behind him.
And where was Luchasaurus? He's a star of this team.
I guess that's debatable.
We will debate this for as long as Dynamite exists. Tag team main event: Kenta and Kenny Omega versus Lance Archer, Jon Moxley, no DQ, falls count anywhere. We got garbage cans. We got Jon Moxley DDT on the kitchen stainless steel table. We got Mox potatoing Kenny Omega, literally, with a fucking potato. Kendo sticks by Mox onto Omega. And then this spot, I love this spot. Kenta diving off the stage, double foot stomp onto Mox on a table below. I loved it because it was a great setup. You didn't see it coming. The Good Brothers interfere. Kenny teases a V-trigger to Jake, that sick son of a bitch. But Moxley meets him with a barbed wire baseball bat to the stomach. But Kenta hits him with a GTS. Then the Good Brothers magic killer on Lance Archer. Kenny Omega one-winged angel with assistance by the Good Brothers, which I liked because he just got hit with a barbed wire bat. He needs some help. 1955, Omega and Kenta win. What a main event. These guys knocked it out of the park.
Man, yeah, you need to crack it open for that one. I'm going to take a sip before I get into this. It's like I needed a cigarette after that, man. Just the energy, just to start off. And then I didn't really expect that much destruction, but it was a lot of carnage. Justin Roberts, just to start off, is the real MVP of Kenny Omega's entrance. Say it every week. I like Mox coming out with the belt, representing New Japan. Nice representation.
That is a nice looking belt, by the way.
It is. I like it. You can feel the tension between Kenny Omega and Kenta early. So always teasing that Bullet Club type shit. I'm here for it. Kenta killed Peter Avalon for no good reason, just because he was in the way.
I popped for that.
Archer threw who do you throw through Peter Avalon's bed like a choke slam?
Omega.
Oh yeah, Kenny Omega. Just great angles, great camera work. Crazy, man. Just a great match.
Match of the night, no question. The main event, of course. MVP, this could go a lot of ways. I personally am going to go with MJF. I thought the segment with Sammy G, even though I told you about the recording, it was stupid, I thought he was good in that, being a dick. And the facial expressions when Sammy G quits, this is William Regal is looking proudly. He's one of the masters of facial expressions. Beautiful stuff by MJF. Oh, and he got a win. Not to forget that part.
As good as the main event was, and everybody in the main event is an MVP candidate, I'm gonna give it to Layla Hirsch, just because.
Hey,
Man, that was a good match too. That's a close second, to match of the night. So
Jabroni of the night. I'm gonna go to the guy who got rolled up by someone who was 0-29. Peter Avalon is my jabroni of the night.
I'm gonna give it to his partner because we didn't even know his fucking name.
Well, you know what? Let's just give it to both of them. How about that?
Both of them.
Let's
Right,
compromise. I'll look up his name.
Yeah.
I'll write it down. Okay. Let's talk WWE NXT. It's the go-home show for Takeover Vengeance Day, which takes place Sunday, Valentine's Day. You see what they did there? In the commercial they ran, it made it seem like, hey, if you're single and you're not doing anything, watch us. I will watch it Monday morning. I have to be a good Valentine. They start with MSK versus Legado del Fantasma semifinals in the males Dusty Cup. And what a display of athleticism. The push moonsault off the apron to the outside by MSK. I don't know what else to call it. I don't know if it has a name. Joaquin Wilde. The double foot stomp into a 450 splash. That was insane. That takes crazy amount of skill. MSK wins. They advance. It's 12 minutes, 58 seconds with their heart attack blockbuster. I don't know what to call that either. I felt like this was the best opener on NXT in quite some time. It felt like.
Well, yeah, it felt like an actual NXT opener, man. You started off hot with some good tag team action. That's always been the formula for NXT. So I enjoyed the match a lot. MSK, yeah, I call it the same shit. The push moonsault off the apron. That was wild. And speaking of wild, that Joaquin Wild spot was dope as well. He is somebody to look forward to in the future because I think he has a little bit more. I don't know, he got a little bit more swag and charisma than Mendoza. So, but I like what they're doing. I mean, you couldn't go wrong either way with either one of these tag teams. But we both knew kind of that MSK was going to win.
Then it's Xia Li with Boa and I still don't know how to say this. Tian Sha, we'll go with that, versus Cora Jade. Xia Li, again, with the awesome presentation in her entrance, but she's got to relax with the sword fighting in the intro. Of course, this is the Sunny Kiss / Ultimate Warrior school of entrances where you wear yourself out. And against someone that's not Cora Jade, you're going to run out of stamina real quick. Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter, they come out really early, worried about Xia. Like, what's wrong with you? You changed. Blah, 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 blah. Worried about Xia. You know, Casey, I'm worried about you. I'm worried about you going to the club without a mask when you preach on social media. Hey, guys, be responsible. Wear your mask. Don't go out. Anyway. Xia Li destroys this girl with a beautiful roundhouse kick to the head, 46 seconds. Beats her up afterwards. Caden, Casey don't like it. Caden then complains to the manager. Goes right up to Tian Shaw's face. Starts, well, what did you do to her? What's wrong with you? Xia then throws Caden off the stage. And apologizes to the spooky old warrior, 1,000-year-old lady. And then Tian starts choking Boa for punishment, I guess. Xia attacks Casey. Xia begs Tian to let go of Boa, and she does. This was short, quick, to the point, and I thought very well done. I was so entertained. So entertained.
I got to see how this whole storyline plays out to really, because right now I have mixed feelings. Like I like it, but I don't like it. I think it's like too much entertainment, but at the same time, I'm still kind of intrigued. So very mixed emotions about how this storyline is going. But
Can I say something real quick? I didn't like
yeah,
Xia Li when she was just being thrown out there. You're an Asian
I
warrior.
I agree.
Be that.
Mm.
This feels like there's much more thought into it. Much more. They're laying stuff out for her, and it could turn into something for her. We'll see. But continue.
I I agree. I think this is more. I mean, this is better than nothing or what she was doing before. But man, her presentation is dope. But get rid of the fucking sword fight. We're not fencing. You're not playing Dynasty Warriors. We're not doing none of that shit. You don't need sword fights. Get that shit out of here. Just wrestle. Just kick people in the head. Kick people in the face. That's what she's good at.
William Regal enters his office to see Scarlett's fine ass on his desk. Those legs. Yes. It's Valentine's Day, Romeo. What the hell are you doing? You want to spend Valentine's Day alone? She asks. She asked for Karrion Kross versus Santos Escobar next week, and William Regal looked a little like he was taking advantage of it. It looked like he was falling for Scarlett's charm. He says yes. Time's up.
Yeah, he was definitely looking at her ass on the way out. You ain't slick, Reed. You ain't slick.
Poor Johnny Gargano is in a wheelchair. He's aided by Austin Theory and Indy Hartwell into the ring. They put him on the turnbuckle. He looks in so much pain. He's in a shoulder sling as well. Theory carries him to the wheelchair they put in the ring. A very insensitive chant by the crowd in attendance. Johnny, wheelchair. Very insensitive. He says he's out of TakeOver due to Kushida's attack last week. He's got a broken arm. I'm dying laughing because he's trying to make a point and he's using his supposed broken arm. It's Johnny Gargano. It was very Hulk Hogan 1995 with the neck brace. Like, well, let me tell you something, brother. Regal comes out challenging Johnny's lies. Gargano has proof. He's got an X-ray of the four fractures in his arm, in his right arm. It says R arm. Regal blasts Johnny, saying it's the wrong arm, and that if it was broken 4 times, he'd be in excruciating pain. Gargano says the R in the X-ray doesn't stand. Gargano says the R doesn't stand for right arm. It stands for real. Oh, fuck, I'm crying. Oh, jeez. Be professional, Romeo. Regal gives the option of Theory versus Kushida for the North American title. Johnny immediately says no way. Very smart. And then the second option is the forfeit. Gargano says give him a few weeks or months and he'll rehab. And he'll come back with a beautiful day video. A nice ode to Triple H's return, tearing his quads. I love that. Nice touch. Out of nowhere, Kushida is standing with all of the way in the ring. I didn't even notice right away. See what I did there? Kushida then punches Theory, and then pulls the title away from Gargano in a tug of war, proving Johnny's arm is just fine. Johnny gets punched and takes a nice flop into the wheelchair. I thought this segment, I don't know who wrote this. I don't know if that was just Johnny being himself. That was awesome for me.
I'm pretty sure this was Johnny being himself. And when Johnny is himself, good shit all around. Austin Theory acting like a dumbass. And yeah, I didn't notice Kushida. That was a good shot. The way they shot that, just like he just popped up out of nowhere, and Austin Theory's like hitting him like, yeah, you know what he's talking about, right? Like,
He looked like a dumbass.
yeah. As much as I wanted to be like, yo, this shit is cheesy, I was like, this shit really made me laugh. So.
Yeah, but Austin Theory's got something going for him now. This is a perfect role for him. Johnny's protege, trying to impress Johnny, and just coming off sometimes in bad. But it's something to do. It's something.
Yeah, I think the only one not really doing anything right now is Indy. But I'm sure they'll bring her in little by little.
Dusty Cup, Candice and Indy versus Ember and Shotzi. Candice with a beautiful tightrope Hurricane Rana to Ember, throwing her into Shotzi on the outside. Then Candice with a nice lion salt onto Ember Moon as Indy holder. She tries to dive to the outside. It looks bad, well short of Shotzi. Ember breaks up a pin after Shotzi receives a wicked stepsister. Ember with an eclipse on Candice. Shotzi with a senton off the top rope onto both Indy and Candice for the win. She pins Indy 14-15. Then Dakota and Raquel stare off with Ember and Shotzi in front of the cup. Regal makes it official that the winner of the Women's Dusty Cup will receive a tag team title match. The current tag team champs in WWE are Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. I think whoever wins this NXT Cup should absolutely beat Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, especially considering the condition of Nia Jax's hole. Who knows how long that can last? That could be a very serious injury. I think it's time to take the titles off of them just for that alone.
I mean, the match was decent. It wasn't nothing crazy. A little sloppy at times, but she's good shit. It wasn't terrible, but
I thought it started slow, but it picked up.
Yeah. It's like there's like a formula to these matches, and it just stuck to the formula. It was like a regular match.
Wilde and Mendoza apologize to Santos Escobar, but Santos says don't. They can make it up to him by paying someone a visit and making sure he doesn't make it to next week. We know who he's talking about. He's talking about Karrion Kross. Later on in the show, Wilde and Mendoza are seen destroyed backstage. Kross appears very pissed off and warns Santos this is his fate next week.
But this match should be crazy. And Santos always comes out. He's so good. He comes out so smooth, man. Yeah, it's like the only way to describe him. He's so like calm and collected and just like boss like. He's like a Grand Theft Auto character, bro. Like I fucking love him. So he's like you never. I don't apologize for anything. He's like I mess up sometimes and I don't apologize for anything. I was like, I need to get a job for this month. I'm about to send in my resume. I'll kidnap somebody for you, Santos. It's good. You paying it? I got you.
Kushida versus Austin Theory. Kushida works the hell out of Austin's arm. He does an arm bar on the apron that Johnny Gargano breaks up with a super kick to Kushida's face. Dirty finish. DQ. They went 11 minutes, 58 seconds. Gargano takes off his arm sling. It's a miracle, he says. There's a post-match beatdown of Kushida by the two of them. Gargano tries to pull out a chair from under the ring, but pulls out a Dexter Lumis instead. Gargano and Theory then find themselves both in submissions to Kushida and Dexter. Kushida stands tall with holding the title as Dexter watches him, sort of hinting that Dexter Lumis is going to find his way into this North American Championship picture, whether it's against Kushida, against Gargano, or probably what I think against both of them eventually.
Yeah, I mean, for the match itself, it was a good match. I liked it. It's a little slow for my liking, but whatever. Two good talents. I'm not a fan of DQ finishes like that, but in this case, I liked it. Maybe it's because Kushida sold the shit out of that super kick. He got hit with the super kick and he died, And it was just like, oh yeah, Like the ref looked at him, he was like, nah, I gotta call the bell. Like he's knocked the fuck out. Just good shit. And then bringing bringing out Dex Lumis, you kind of seen it coming once Austin Theory went under the ring, but still a good touch, like the way they filmed it and shit. So I enjoyed it.
Then it was time for the promo of the year. Cameron Grimes pulls in a beautiful, fancy car. He hands out money to everybody. He's rich. He gets on the mic. He calls Timothy Thatcher, the MCL snatcher. But says he's past that. He says he has some downtime. He played some video games. And then he wonders why he even wrestles when he could just play video games. Which, that's a lot of wrestlers out there. You're Trinidad. He says he bought some GameStop stock. And we know where that went. It went to the moon. He talks of how they got money for dogs now. It's called Dogcoin. Doge. And he doesn't trust cats. The 9 Live bullshit. I agree with him. Fuck cats. Any sane human doesn't like cats. So he invested in that Dogcoin. And you know where that went too. to the moon. He's rich, bitch. He's richer than Elon Musk. He tells William Regal that he's not going to deal with his bullshit anymore. William Regal can kiss his grits. He's not wrestling Dexter Lumis. And he's definitely not wrestling no fucking zombies. He throws his cash in the air, and then he does snow angels in the cash. This is a hilarious evolution of Cameron Grimes' character. He is by far the best promo on NXT. He needs to be protected, built around. You can make this guy world champion. People will tune in to be entertained and watch this man. And I hope it comes next. I hope he buys a bodyguard, because I know William Regal is going to be very vindictive over all the bullshit he just heard. I think he should buy a bodyguard and then maybe even buy a little stable together, Cameron Grimes. And then eventually this has to lead to some kind of storyline where he just loses it all and he's broke. I love this. I love where this is going. It has so much potential. Cameron Grimes was awesome.
Yo, I could not stop laughing from start to finish. This motherfucker, he was tipping everybody like a couple $100. Like, yeah. He's like, I don't even know you, but you gonna watch the car? Yeah, here. Yeah, hit him off. He's hitting off the cameraman. You working hard. Here's the cameraman. When he said, fucking dogs coming out with their own currency, I damn near lost my shit. I could not stop laughing. I'm like in the middle of work, and I just could not stop. It's just mind blowing. Like the transformation. Like I would have never seen this coming out of anywhere. The way he describes, like, I discovered these things called video games, and I realized they're very fun. And I found this spot called GameStop, and I just like the energy in the interior. So I purchased. I want to invest in it. Like, yo, I can't wait. Now I can't wait again every week to see what Cameron Grimes is up to.
I told you Cameron Grimes was must-see TV, and he needs to be on NXT every damn week. Grizzled Young Veterans versus Thatcher and Ciampa, semifinal, Dusty Cup. Gibson, Mox, Ciampa on the mic brings up how bad things ended for his last tag team. You could say that again. End of this match, they had a nice callback to last week when Ciampa won against Undisputed Era. It was almost the same spot, but this time Gibson saves Drake from the Widow's Bell, and with Thatcher out of the action on the outside, they double team and win with the ticket to Mayhem. Commentary didn't mention the callback to next week, but thankfully I'm here for you, and I noticed those things. What did you think of this match?
I liked it, man. It was gritty, it was physical, it was technical. Good tag team action from both teams. Grizzled Young Vets, one of the best tag teams in the company for sure. And I think the right guys won. I'm sticking with the Grizzled Young Vets, man. I said they were going to win it from the get, so just they're furthering up in the tournament.
They then recap the TakeOver card, and they've got everyone there. They've got everyone arguing face to face with the refs, trying to break them up in between them. It was somewhat cool and different, but clearly taped. So we'll make some Vengeance Day predictions. We'll start with North American Championship, Gargano and Kushida. And this is a tough one. I think it's almost a toss-up. I'm going to go with Kushida becoming North American champion.
As much as I want to pick Kushida, I think the involvement of Dexter Lumis for some reason is going to derail that. I think Johnny's going to retain. Or if Kushida wins, it's going to be by DQ. So I'll go with that. I'll go with Kushida, but by DQ.
The Women's Dusty Cup Finals, Raquel Dakota Kai versus Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. I'm going to go with Raquel and Dakota.
Yeah. I think they want Raquel to have some type of accolade. So there it is.
The Men's Dusty Cup Finals, Grizzled Young Veterans versus MSK. Wow, look at this. Chris picked the Grizzled Young Veterans to win when we first started this. I picked MSK to win when we first started this, but I got really nervous once I heard them talk. And just for that alone, I am changing my pick. I'm going with the Grizzled Young Veterans to win this, even though MSK was my pick at the start. And of course, Chris is going to stick with GYV, of course. And then the Women's Championship, Io Shirai defending triple threat match, Mercedes Martinez, Toni Storm. I gotta go Io Shirai here.
I think this is fucking tough. I think Tony gets the win pinning Mercedes.
Yeah, I can see that. You can do that. And the main event: Finn Balor, Pete Dunne, NXT Championship. This is gonna be crazy. I got Finn Balor winning, but it's gonna be crazy. I think these guys have potential to reach 4.5 stars, maybe 4.75. Because I don't doubt Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne can bring it.
They got 5-star potential, but they're not going to get that far. They can't. WWE won't allow it. But it will be a banger for sure.
You didn't even say it's just automatic Finn. Match of the night. I'm gonna go with the opener: MSK versus Legado.
It's hard to argue that. Yeah. We can't get into a segment of the night.
Well, that's what we got MVP for.
Yeah, we'll go with MSK versus Legado.
MVP. I was crying laughing at two gentlemen, Johnny Gargano, Cameron Grimes. What magnificent performances by both.
I mean, Gargano was good, but Cameron Grimes was better. So that's my MVP.
And Jabroni of the night, I'm going to go with Kaden and Casey, both of them, for not minding their own damn business.
I'm gonna give it more to Kaden, just for the fact that she was in Tian Shaw's face, and she's just yelling at her. He's like, "What are you doing to her? Why are you not talking to me? Can you answer me? What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Hold up, chill, girl. You got to give her a second to take a breath and actually say a word." Like she was just like, "Why are you not answering me? Come on, talk to me." I was like, "Chill. I have a relationship with you. Might be why."
The ratings are in. AEW. Down from 844K, they hit 741K viewers. Almost 100K viewer loss. NXT, they're down too. 558K viewers, down from 610. About 50K viewers down. AEW leads the rating wars 58-11-2. Both companies were hurt by, there's an impeachment of the United States president going on. A lot of people were watching the news. Show of the night. And for me, this was tough. NXT didn't have Kurt Stallion, Tyler Rust, which means they took themselves seriously this week. Even the lower card stuff with Xia Li had meaning. Grimes and Gargano. The best humor on either show. And whenever it's close, I usually lean to NXT. I've picked AEW the last 3 weeks I've been on this show. Something I've never done. I've never picked AEW had great inner circle drama. The women's match I liked. And the main event, which was the best match on either show. But AEW also had Ryan Nemeth, Peter Avalon, Lee Johnson, some other jabroni, Brazilian jabroni, I don't know what his name is. This week, AEW was the one using Tyler Russ and Kurt Stallions. NXT wins. I am not going 4 times in a row for Dynamite.
There's a difference. Total difference. AEW is using these jabronis the right way to get other talent over, not put them up for championship matches or make them win a match but struggle against a lesser known than jabroni. You know what I mean? So there's a difference there. But NXT was a good show. But I enjoyed AEW much more. I don't know why. I think it was the action. I like the action more. I think the matches were better throughout the card. But segment for segment, I mean, besides Cameron Grimes killing it, I think AEW had the better shit. So I'm going with AEW.
Well, this is going to rely on a Facebook group poll, True Heels. If you motherfuckers gave last week's NXT 21 votes compared to AEW's 32, how many votes are you going to give NXT this week? With Cameron Grimes, Johnny Gargano just stealing the show. It better be more than 21. It better be.
Smoking
And by the way,
coke.
that was the most
Smoking
participation.
You guys are on
most
drugs.
That was the most participation we've had in one of those polls, and we want to thank you for voting.
Absolutely.
We hope we get those numbers same same way this week. But get it now. Now you can vote NXT. Now I won't have a problem with it. Good job. Let's give NXT one. AEW is up 25-8 with one tie here on the Wednesday Night Warriors scoreboard. It's up to you to choose who wins this week. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me at True Heel Chris G on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me right here on the Wednesday Night Warriors. You can also find me on Blunt Impact and Joints and Jabronis with my bro, the three-time baby making champion Ness. You can find me on True Toxicity. It is a podcast about shit going on in the world. And I'm just a producer. I'm also on.
And you can find me, the Pride of NY, Twitter and Instagram, right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. You can find me also on the show True Rewind, where we go over the Monday Night War, Raw versus Nitro. We are currently on our way to WCW Uncensored 1996 and eventually WrestleMania 12. So, for Chris G, his co-host Mary Jane, I am Romeo and Anthony Cologne. We thank you for watching the Wednesday Night Warriors. We'll be back here next week for episode 37. Peace!